Okay. So when I coach men, I coach them to be great listeners. There's many reasons why. A woman wants to know that the guy is listening. Listening is just one of those skills that I learned to put on my resume. I'm a great listener. It's funny how many men will actually ask, and I'll say it's because most people aren't listening. I hear, listen, and actually work with everything that I listen to. Not all the time. My girlfriend will tell you I'm probably a pretty horrible listener. But the reason why I tell them to listen is because women, you give yourselves away all the time. And this is a key thing when it comes to online dating. In the next series, we're going to talk about online dating. That alone is worth anything you guys have paid for this program. But listening, it's amazing what I get from women. I don't even need to ask questions. I'm a salesman, so I know how to ask a question. They give me an answer that tells me volumes of what I want to know about them. But I'll talk with women all the time, and they will drop reference to me in a future tense. And the minute I hear me referred to in the future, I know that she wants to see me again. And for a while there, in my younger years, probably about over 10 years ago, I would specifically listen to those things. I didn't know what they said, but I would take the words in my mind and I would think, what did that mean? Did she use any grammar that was future text? I have editing abilities and skills. I wrote for a college paper. As I was an athlete in high school, I was sports editor as well. And so, I know how to really visualize what's being seen with the words that are used. And so women give themselves away all the time. They tell me everything that I want to know. And when I was a scumbag, I exploited every bit of it. People thought I had magical powers. How did you know this? How did you know to do that? And I'd say, because she told me. Like, you guys really didn't hear that? Guys all the time will be like, does she like me? And I'll be like, she's basically screaming for you to go away. Of course not. You're not listening to her? Well, no, she's a challenge, man, and I like a challenge. And I'm like, listen here, Cheech and Chong. You're either high because that's not what she's saying. She wants you to go away. Um, there are those guys that are like, she doesn't want anything to do with me. And I'm like, no, 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 man. She wants you. You need to stick around and work it a little bit. That's what she's telling you. So women, be very careful. You want to talk, you want to ask questions, you want to engage, you want to be interesting because you are interesting. Just don't do things that show otherwise. But be careful what you say. You don't need to say anything extra. You don't need to give yourself away. Okay? That will happen in its due time. But be on guard. Um, I want to get into a couple things that we're going to share for online marketing, but just stay tuned in. Okay, so for right now, just very much be careful about the listening end of things because someone is tuning in. They're going to use what you said for something.